Greetings YouTube, this is your resident Landcruiser nut. Welcome back to the channel. I want to start off by thanking everyone for subscribing. We are at 888 subscribers as I march to 1,000. So again, thank everyone. This has been great watching the number go up. I really appreciate it, and I hope my content actually helps some people. So as you can see, we got my 1992 FZJ80. This video today is not necessarily about that truck. I do have some upcoming videos because there's been a lot of changes to this truck that I want to highlight. I actually have some more things going on in the inside that I don't want to show yet, but if you've been on the Facebook Toyota USA page, you've seen some small things that I've posted about the interior. I want to talk about the wrap on another video, and if you're going to do this, what you need to know. There are some things that can make this not look as good, so we'll talk about that in another video. Today is about my customer's FZJ80. As you can see, this thing is in great shape, mostly original, 190,000 miles on the odometer, but it has what we would call in this Landcruiser world delayed maintenance. We've got a lot of oil leaks on the front. The crank seal, the oil cover is leaking, the rear main seal is leaking, the speedometer sensor on the transfer case is leaking. That's actually what I'm going to fix today. This is actually going to be a quick video. Just want to show you what that entails. But this is a beautiful truck. There will be other videos about this truck. I've been debating doing a video about the front axle rebuild. There is already a lot of videos actually about doing a CV fix on these, because the CVs are clicking, and you know, we all know what a pain in the ass that job is. The reason that I do want to make a video is to show everyone that it's not as easy as it looks on these YouTube videos where everything just goes and comes off so easy. Every time I watch someone do this, it's almost like those cone washers on the axle hub. They just fall off for them, when reality, we know if you've ever taken one of these off, those cone washers are such a pain sometimes. So that would be the only reason I would make a video, just to see, you can see me get mad and show the reality of what this is like. But this truck is in great condition. It's just got a lot of delayed maintenance. Even with the low mileage, it still needs an exhaust. It still has an O2 sensor problem. So there's a lot of things that need to be addressed on this truck. Let's get it over to the shop. I'll get it kind of set up and get underneath it and show you where we're going to be fixing today. And again, show you all the things that you're going to need. Okay, we're underneath the truck now, and as you see, we have a little bit of a leak here at the speedometer cable, and there is a seal that actually goes into this cap that we're going to replace. But while we're here, we're just going to pull out the assembly, and there's also an O-ring that goes around that. Again, this is a really easy fix. This is a 12mm bolt. I've already broke it loose a little bit, and then we'll take off that cap. We'll pull out that assembly. I'll show you the part numbers and everything you're going to need once we get it out. We'll reapply everything and see if this gets this thing from stop leaking. But this is a common part. It's a wear part. These seals just get hard, and these gaskets get hard, and this is looks like something that's been leaking for a while, along with some other things. So let me just take off this bolt real quick, and I'll show you how this disconnects here. All right, as you can see, that's not connected, but I'll show you this when it comes out. There is a slot that this slides in to let you know it's in the right position. I don't know why it's like that. I'm pretty sure it has to do with spacing on the internal component, but I'll show you how it goes back on. You can see we're leaking right back in here. So let's unscrew this. I don't know if you can see this on camera. This little pin right here is keyed, so when it goes back in, it can only go in a certain way. So don't try to force it. Let's pull out the assembly. Just get an old rag or something. Sometimes these are hard to come out, sometimes they're not. But if you just kind of tug on them, like this one. This one's being a little difficult. There we go. There's that O-ring we're going to replace. So let's get this thing to the bench. Get all this material cleaned off of it. Try to get this cleaned up and put back together. Okay, here is our seal that's going to go around side there, and this is the oil seal. Let's get this taken off. All right. That's off. seal is actually in pretty good shape, still has some elasticity to it. But like I said, we're here already, so we'll throw a new one on it. Try to get some of this grease off these threads, let that sit for a sec. Get this stuff all off. It's kind of, that may have been why I was leaking too. I'm sure that didn't help, not getting a good seal. All right, so we're gonna get this back on. I did put a little gear oil on it. Just be careful with it, don't rip it. You don't have to buy a new one. All right, so we're on there, looking good. So let's transition over now and we'll go put that cap on. I'll clean this off a little bit more, put the oil seal in that cap, and we'll solve this leak. Okay everyone, we're back. We got the speed gear here, we got the speedometer sensor here. I went ahead and just took that off the truck. It just unclips right at the top right here. I wanted to clean out the inside and get all the gunk out. And I made an interesting discovery with this, and I found out why it was leaking. It was not so much this O-ring or the cap, as this is an oil seal right here that is supposed to fit down in there just like that, and it turns out this does not have the old oil seal in it. So whoever was working on this before either dropped it or didn't put it back in for whatever reason, and so basically we have oil coming, way too much oil coming down to this cap. That's what's causing it to leak. And then also I think there was some gunk around the threads that was keeping it from sealing up real good. So we're going to take this gear off, and the way you can do this is you can just pop this little spring off. Not real hard, just don't lose it like I did. And that allows this gear to slide right out right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there is no oil seal, so we'll drop this right in here and try to keep it nice and straight. That didn't work out the first time. I gotta fish it out. This goes down just like this, and it does not want to go in right. Let's try that again. Push it down correctly. Oh, there we go. So we're in. So now we will just push this guy right back through there, and we will put our clip right back on. This sits just like this. There we go. We are locked in place. So nice. Yep, good to go. So we're gonna go kind of put a little oil back on this to get it where it'll slide in okay, and put this back on the truck and see if it leaks. Hopefully we fixed our problem. Back under the truck, we're gonna slide this right back in. All right, so we got the gear back in, and it's kind of a pain. And line it up perfectly, or you'll be taking this out over and over again. So you have to put it in that order. This has to be oriented the correct direction, and then once you tighten it down, it pushes the gear all the way in. So let's get that. All right, so we got that on. We'll put the speed sensor back in, and remember it's oriented to a certain direction. So let's get that key in the right position. And this actually threads on a lot better. So put the cover back on. All right, got everything wiped off. Just make sure everything's hooked back together. Your connections are good. And that's it, everyone. So we'll get the truck started, go for a drive around, and see if this thing is leaking anymore. All right, so I drove the truck around for about 15 or 20 minutes. Let's crawl underneath it and see if we got any issues. Looks like we are all dry. I think this is good for now. We'll have more projects on this truck in the future. Like I said, I gotta do the front CVs. Thank everyone for watching. I hope this helps you, and if you have this problem in the future on your FZJ80, this speed sensor is a little bit different on the FJ80 that I have, but the principle is the same. So if you got any questions, please just comment below, and I thank everyone for watching, and see you next time.